Instagram, what's up?
I think this is the part now where you're supposed to ask me questions and stuff. So, hi, it's Pablo, Matt Sweeney, and I agreed to do a little chat with you guys after episode 7. So here we are. What do you want to know? Okay, a lot of people saying hello, hi everybody, hello. Okay, hi to Brazil, how are you? Okay, so I'll need some questions here in order to make this interesting. Okay, do I think Sweeney's soul will go to the Horde after death? Sweeney, no, I don't think he went to the Horde. I think he went to wherever gods go when for their afterlife. And where Sweeney is a matter for debate. If and when he will come back is another question entirely, and we'll just have to see about that. What's Sweeney's mindset like at the end? He seems defiant, maybe, hopeful, happy. Yeah, he's definitely defiant. I think, he, through the process or through the course of the episode, he worked himself up to doing something that he has felt was necessary for a long time, which was get rid of Mr. Wednesday. He's identified Wednesday as a poison and a toxin, and he thinks it's his duty to, he's sick of serving the poison and being part of the problem, and he wants to get rid of it. So he through the process of discovering who he is, who he was, and his history, he realizes that he has the power to do the thing that he's always wanted to do, and then he finally does it. So yeah, I think in the end he's defiant. He's ready for whatever's going to happen. He would like ideally for it to be the end of Mr. Wednesday, but when it turns out to be the end of him, he realizes that it was always exactly what he wanted and how it needed to be, and that Wednesday was always his battle, and he had been asking forever to die in battle to make up for the one that he ran away from, and so he realizes that he finally got his wish. So that's a long answer to one question. Here's another one. He needs his own show. We need you back. Okay, I don't know. Talk to Neil Gaiman and talk to Stars. Are you a method actor? That's an interesting question. So method acting, I'm going to go on a bit of a tangent here because I think method actor is the most overused term in entertainment. Method actor used to be based on the ideas of Meisner and Stanislavski, and it was Stanislavski's The Method, and all it meant was that you used your own memories and experiences to drum up emotion in a role. So that was the method. Then now the way that it's used, it has nothing to do with actual method acting. The way that it's used now is anybody who does anything that is perceived as over the top in a role. So basically, if you for the whole role, make people call you the name, or like Daniel Day-Lewis, you have to wear the right shoes. If you're wearing modern shoes on his set when he's acting, he'll be thrown off. They call that a method actor, but none of that is part of the method. I'm an appreciator of any actor who does whatever they need to do to get into a role and make it true for themselves, as long as they're not affecting and impinging on somebody else's process. So I am not a method actor. I don't have a method. I have my own process that I follow, which is mostly I'm losing the word now, but instinctual. I would say I'm an instinctual actor. Okay, what else do you want to know? Looking for questions, a lot of heart faces. Any movies in the works? Yes, I did an independent movie called Lorelei that I'm the lead of, that I really, really liked and I'm hopeful for. first-time director, who's putting it together now, and we'll see where that goes. So we'll see. How excited are you for Halo? I'm incredibly excited for Halo. Halo is a huge, huge job. I see a lot of people throwing up Master Chief in here. Halo's. I'm very excited about. I've been speaking with the writers and creators, and they have a really good plan for the show. I've read a bunch of the first few scripts, and it's amazing writing, which for me is the most important thing, is following good writing. So Kyle Killen is our showrunner, and Stephen Kane is going to be in Budapest while we shoot. So those guys are currently working on the material and the scripts, and it's really good. And Showtime obviously has a huge history of high-quality shows that are always grounded and character-driven. So for me, as an actor, it's sort of an ideal situation. I finally get to lead a show that's going to be deep, unique. The mythology that has been already created is overwhelming and astounding, but it's being made into a really, really wonderful series. So I'm super excited about Halo and getting to play Master Chief. It feels like a real honor that I don't take lightly. And as you can see from this last episode of American Gods, I put everything I have into my work. So the next thing I'm going to be throwing myself into wholeheartedly is Halo and Master Chief. After I finish Defending Jacob, which is an Apple miniseries that I'm doing with Chris Evans, and it's also really wonderful material. So I'm following the writing, which is really, really important for me. Okay. Have you been approached to play a role in future MCU films? I'm assuming that's Marvel. Marvel and I have been like dancing around each other for years, but nothing has felt like the right opportunity, and the ones that did, they didn't give to me. So what am I going to do? I'm just going to keep doing my good, strong work, and pretty sure they're watching, so we'll see. Did you research much of Sweeney's Legends? I did some basic research into the legend of Mad Sweeney himself when I first got the role, but then a lot of the legend stuff I left to Neil Gaiman, who spoke with Heather Belson, who is the writer of our episode 7, who did a fantastic job. It was a really, really well written episode. I looked into obviously the Lug or Luck, who is the ancient god of Ireland, god of the sun. I looked into that legend a little bit, and obviously Mad Sweeney and his history. So I did some basic research, but left it mostly to the people who are smarter than me for those kinds of things. When will I come to Barcelona? Hey, I'd love to come to Barcelona, maybe sometime soon. Was it hard to hold on to your accent all the time when you did Mad Sweeney? Yeah, in the first season, I think there was some more inconsistencies, because I was just getting to know the character a little bit, and also there was a lot of back and forth conversation about what the level of the accent should be and how much he should have held on to from the old country versus how much has gone away since he's been living in America for the last couple hundred years. So I think in the first season it was a little more up and down of figuring it out, but eventually in the second season I think I got pretty locked into kind of what the choice was. Why did Sweeney die? Well, I'm sorry to say he died because it was written. It was time for him to go. The series. I love my part in the series. I love all the people over there. But the show is not a show about Mad Sweeney. It's a big show with a lot of characters, and there was a space to do a really great episode with him. In tribute to kind of how important he had become to the series. But at the end of the day, it's not his series, so it was time to, I think, kind of get him out of the way so that the series could go forward. And season 3 is going to be, somebody just told me to do the accent. I'm not going to dance for you. I'm not your monkey. The season 3 is going to go to Lakeside, and it's going to be, really focusing in, I think, on Shadow, which I think is a very necessary direction for the show to go at this point. So brokenhearted. I'm sorry. I promise you I didn't break your heart on purpose. But, sometimes it's good to have your heart broken. It really opens us up into new levels of human experience. So you're welcome, I guess. Why do you like characters who die? I don't necessarily like characters who die. It just happens to be that I've done a lot of dying. Was it a coincidence that both Sweeney Epps were 7? That's Sarah. Hi, Sarah. I think it was coincidence, to be honest, that it ended up that both of the big Sweeney episodes were the 7th episode of each season. I think it was a coincidence, but it ended up being a very happy coincidence. Obviously, 7 being a lucky number, and now that in retrospect, the way that it worked out, everything really worked out pretty perfectly. Somebody said, "Summertime, you fine." Okay, good question. What's your favorite place to camp? Great question. I just got back from Big Sur. I really love Big Sur. It's such a magical place. I took my kids there for spring break. It was amazing. And then after that, I went to Ojai, which is also, I'm in Southern California, Los Angeles area. So those are accessible places for me that I really like to go. But one of the main reasons I live in Southern California at this point in my life is because of how much amazing opportunity there is for outdoors activities and how beautiful this place is. I mean, I'm in my backyard right now. Like, look at this. It's green everywhere you look, So, yeah, I lived in New York for a long time, and I loved it. It's a really beautiful city, and I love to go back. But, butterfly. But I'm really enjoying my life in LA as well. Have you read the book? That seems like a very strange question. Yeah, of course I read the book. Have you hiked the Pacific Crest Trail? I haven't. Would love to. Beautiful backyard. Thank you. Thanks for 2 amazing seasons of Sweeney. You're welcome. Thank you for that was actually the American Gods handle. So thank you for hiring me, and thank you for allowing me to join you in that journey. Den of Thieves. Yep, not a question, but yes, I was in that movie. Do you have difficulty playing any types of roles? Good question. Every role is unique, and every role has its challenges, but I think that I've made a decision in my career to try to, and especially early on, I really looked for roles based on how challenging they were. Especially when I was working in theater, for some reason, I really liked if I thought that a role was virtually impossible, or if I had no idea how it could be successful, there was a really high chance I would take it because it made me excited to have a challenge. So I think the question was, do any roles challenge you? And I would say that all roles challenge me, and the ones that challenge me more are the ones that I am most excited about. So any romantic comedies in your future? That'd be fun. I'm up for it. One of the things that I've always said about my career and about acting is that I always want to I don't want audiences to get comfortable with any one idea of me. I always want to be upending whatever conventional wisdom is about who I might be or what I might play. So yeah, romantic comedy probably is the furthest thing from what people would expect from